Right. I know everybody is trying to get a drink, and it just shows how much you love ELS, and I can't thank you for that. It is wonderful, and I promise that you will be out of here in a wee bit, and I think that might give you a clue as to what might be happening next, those of you who just recognize what I said. So there are a few things that we need to do before we go and get our deserved favorite drink or food or something else. Is we can't go without thanking people. But before I do that, I also have to announce the winners of the best talk and best posters. So if I could invite my co-chair, Matteo, to hand out the 2 awards, and I will call the name, and if you are present, I hope you are present, those who are going to win, and please come and collect your award. So I think the best oral talk presentation goes to Sarah Bozeman. Is Sarah here? Hey, let's give her a round of applause. And we have the best poster presentation award here, and that goes to Robert Wagner. Hey. The prize is there. Yeah. It's not just the certificate. There are some goodies in the bag. Yeah.
Okay. Within it, there is, okay. So within the bag, there is T-shirt with the Galileo moons. So if the size is not good, you can go back to the main central room of the university and just change the size. Okay. Because it's quite difficult to foresee the size of what's to be. So, and okay, and then there is a thermo with Galileo again. And, okay, and cornucopiscopium, which is the first girl that took the master degree.
Would you like to take the opportunity to thank the local?
Okay, so I would thank all the people that helped me. So I for sure thanks NASA Servi. I thanks Jesus and all the people that work with Jesus and Enough, and all the people that have helped me in organizing everything. They are, I will say, there is, as many of you know, there is a lot of invisible work, and for sure the SOC chair, so Anna and Ricardo, and the doc chair or co-chair Gloria that worked with me, and many other that you have seen, and they are so invisible that they were not in the main picture because they were working. So I want to thank all of them, and even for all of them there is just a present for you. And okay, and still
Matteo is so modest that he would never say it, but it took them 4+ years to put this together. So by staying this long, you're really showing, your gratitude that, it has been a tremendous effort. And Matteo is right that there are hidden figures, and we all know what hidden figures mean. These type of meetings, nothing would be possible without the teamwork. Yeah. And I can't thank Matteo enough because he has so much patience that, I've not seen in anybody else. And we work together to put this out for you. It has been long days. We start at 8 o'clock. So you start from your hotel at 7 o'clock and we don't finish until 8 o'clock. And then we party until 1 o'clock at night. That's wonderful. We should also say thanks to Matthias Maurer for, joining the meeting in addition to giving the fantastic talk yesterday. I don't think we are ever going to repeat what we did yesterday in such a wonderful room, the occasion, And that, so thank you, Matteo, for making that happen. And of course, I call Rick my master Yoda. I mean, this meeting, all the IT support, seamlessly it has worked, I think. There was hardly any hitch. And Rick has managed, along with Marco, so beautifully. So thank you, Rick, and thank you, your team. And of course, there were hidden figures on service side too. There is Maria, there is Ashcon. They are all in California, and they have been maintaining the website. And the moment Gloria and Rick wanted an update, within a few minutes, sometimes the updates were actually posted on the website, just because, and it's good that actually the time difference is so long, because there are some people who work in different, I wouldn't expand on that, but that's all wonderful. And this really makes me so happy, because this is exactly why we set this meeting. And I hope that you all agree that this has a special place for all of us. It's meeting that has no parallel. It's not perfect, but it serves a beautiful purpose, and may this continue. And it's so wonderful to see so many new faces that I don't know who you are. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you progress and go from success to success in the coming years. And the final thing I would like your attention for is just a little bit longer, for 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes, to tell you where we are meeting next. So, Ricky has already let the cat out of the bag. And, yeah, we would like to invite you all to sunny, or as it's called, Bonnie, Scotland. And hopefully, we will be hosting the next edition of the European Lunar Symposium. There are still some final bits to be done. We are just coming out of pandemic, so nothing is certain or guaranteed. But I'm very hopeful that actually we can put out a good show. And why are we going to a particular place in Scotland? Let me just give you a brief background so that you can book your ticket as you go out. So we are going to meet in a place called Dumfries and Galloway. And it's a beautiful campus called Crichton Campus, run by a trust which is for not for profit. And it is in the southwestern part of Scotland. So it is just across the border from England. So it's very easy to reach transportation wise. You can fly to Glasgow, Manchester, London, and within, if you fly to London within 5 or 6 hours, you can get there maximum. Glasgow 2 hours, Edinburgh 2 hours, Manchester 2 hours. So it's quite well connected, easily reachable. And it's 100 acres of green land around you that you can explore. And if you want to take a holiday in Highlands, you are again a couple of hours away from it. So the reason why we chose Dumfries and Galloway, there are many reasons, but a few reasons are listed here, and they might appeal to some of you differently. So those of you who are into poetry might want to visit the place, because that's where the famous Scottish poet Roger Burns, he lived. Again, if you're in philosophy or you are a thinker, you might want to look for the history of Thomas Carlyle. And if you're just in nature, you have the beautiful countryside to explore in addition to attending the meeting. And you might have noticed that the next meeting is slotted for 4 days. Right. No more 8:30 starts. So, right. So, and there are many other landmarks there. So there are a couple of pictures of the campus that where we will have our meeting. So that is the campus, and then in front of that there is a beautiful church. Again, it's worth looking around. If you're those of you geologists might want to know where those rocks came from, where the marble in the cathedral might have come from. So again, there is plenty to do. This, you can bring your spectrometer as long as non-destructive. What I was going to say was, okay, I forgot. Yes, it can hold up to 600 people, this lecture theater. So it is not a problem if we grow a little bit more next year. Okay. Right. So this is one of the reasons why I chose this place. A few years ago, I was visiting that area, and somebody brought to my attention that Neil Armstrong has an ancestral connection to Scotland. And that ancestral connection is in Dumfries and Galloway. Raise your hand if you knew this. One person, right? So most of us in the science community do not know that. And that's why I think cheekily we put the Scottish flag on the moon there, okay? But there's more than that. In February of 1972, Neil Armstrong visited his ancestral town called Langham, which is only 40 minutes drive away from Dumfries. It's in the part of Dumfries and Galloway. And in Langham, he was actually given the Freeman of Langham, what do you call it, award, or he was called that. And this plaque is still there. So my hope is that next year when you come, we would make a visit to Langham and we will explore that history, and we might even meet some people who were there to meet Neil Armstrong. And I don't have time, but there is a YouTube video of his visit where he was swearing an oath of allegiance or to the town of Langham. And one of the things that he said, which was really moving, is the biggest challenges for anybody is to be recognized in your own hometown. And he called Langham his hometown. Okay, so I would like to say that 55 years ago, almost, first human being who actually stepped onto the moon had a Scottish connection. And now as we get ready to return humans to the moon, there is no better place than to come to Scotland and actually talk about things that are probably going to be relevant to the next human landing. So to me, that is a very special reason. But there are other reasons. There is another place called a multiverse, which is a rejuvenated, regreened open pit coal mine that has been designed by a famous American architect, Charles James. And I was there last week on the summer solstice, talking to the public about the sun and the moon. It's a wonderful place that you can actually explore, and families go there just for picnic. And also, I found out that this area in Dumfries and Galloway also has dark sky. So those of you who are into astronomy or were in astronomy in your previous careers can actually make use of that. So there are many, many things that is there. The meeting will be hosted by the Open University, that is my university in Scotland. So Open University has footprint in all the UK nations. And those of you, you know what I mean. The UK is made up of 4 nations: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And so Open University in Scotland has agreed, and I'm hoping that my colleague from Open University in Scotland, Derek Goldman, who is going to be my main person to make sure that this meeting runs smoothly, is online with us. So Derek, if you can hear me, you can unmute yourself and say hello to the community here before we close the meeting. Is Derek there? He might or might not be there, but. Okay, never mind. It's one, that's a good start. Okay, all right. I think that's all I had to share. And I think we are just 5 minutes before 7:30. So huge thank you. I'm so glad that we are able to meet in person after a break of 4 years. Let's continue, and it's your meeting. Make use of it the way you like. Thank you.